What's up everybody, CruelLEGACEY here. We've got a special video for you today. Today we are going to be conquering Mythic Contingency. So we're going through the first mission from the Halo Reach campaign, Winter Contingency. We're doing it on the Legendary difficulty with all skulls activated. That's the Bungie's weekly challenge this week, so hopefully this will help a few of you get through it. The big trick with this level, generally speaking, is there's actually a lot of combat that you can avoid. You can see even as I around the first encounter here, I just dash straight past all the enemies. You want to run to the right the way I did there and then straight down the hill. I get nicked with a couple of shots, but not enough to do significant damage. From there you want to just hug the right edge of the map as you make your way around. You're going to avoid a huge chunk of the early encounters in the mission. Once you get to this railing here, this is where it gets a little dangerous. There's a big pack of elites on the left-hand side, so you want to hug this cliff edge as tightly as possible to stay out of view. You can just see a couple of them on the left of my screen there. You stay out of view, you work your way around, and once you're over this little ridge here, you're safe for the moment at least. There, I'm down, I'm off the ledge, and so no worry about the elites anymore. Once you're in your vehicle, the map actually splits up a bit. There's a few different routes you can take through the level. I'm just going to speed it up here a little bit to get there faster. What I found is the best route through this level is just stick to the right. Anytime the road branches at all, just stick to the road on the right hand side and you'll get where we want to go the fastest. One danger you have to watch out for here is the mysterious Bob elites. There's one that I pass on the right hand side there, and he almost destroys me with his concussion rifle. He doesn't always appear, but he can make your life pretty difficult when he decides to show up, so I get a little bit lucky there and manage to survive. So anyway, we're at the riverbed now, where there's a group of Marines who are pinned down by Covenant, and the mission objective is to defend them until evac arrives. And the best way to do this is to actually stay in your car and just do a crisscross pattern across the road here, just driving through the enemy forces there and splattering as many of them as you can. You want to remember to give yourself enough distance that as you turn around they can't keep shooting at you. The other thing you want to do is make sure you avoid the dropships. You can see as soon as I see a dropship show up, I back up as far as I possibly can. The dropships being cannon will finish you off real fast on Mythic, so stay away from it. So I move in for another run here, and things go pretty badly. I flip my car in the worst possible spot. It's right next to all the enemy reinforcements, so there's no way I can possibly get to the car and flip it and get back in it without getting gunned down. This is where awareness of your surroundings comes into play, though. I remember that there's a car parked in the compound across the river here. So by going wide across the riverbed, making sure you keep your distance from the Covenant, you don't want to get spotted at this point, I'm able to make my way into the compound, and there's another car ready for me to use. So I can go back to my initial strategy of splattering them. So I make a few more passes here. That one happened to be a little bit more successful. I actually stop and wait here. You can see there's an elite down the road from me who's just staring at me. And I never like to try and make these approaches when the enemies are aware of your presence, because there's a greater chance that they'll be ready for you when you drive through. But I decided to go for it anyway. And you can see I paid for it there. I take some hits. My shields are just about gone. Remember, on the Mythic difficulty, your shields don't recharge. The only way to recharge your health is to melee an enemy, and there's no way I'm going to risk that at this moment. See, I get lucky there, flipped the car again, but luckily landed far enough away that I was able to recover without having to fight any Covenant off. Making a few more runs, you can see on my player model there that my shields are continuing to crackle, meaning that they're pretty much down. Any shots I take from this point will likely be draining my health. So I go over here into this building. There's health packs on the wall there. You can see I wasn't able to pick it up, meaning I haven't actually taken any real damage yet, so I'm going to keep on going. You'll probably need to do 6 or 7 or 8 passes before you get them all. That last one, I think, finished the last of them off. We're just going to wait for the evac birds now. There's lots of Covenant weapons on the ground. You can see I find myself a plasma pistol. You're going to want a plasma pistol when you go into the next half of the mission here. An important thing to remember about the plasma pistol is that on the Mythic difficulty, its overcharge will not take down an elite's shields. So the typical overcharged DMR combination that we're all used to using against the elites won't work. What you're going to want to do is use individual shots and just pepper them with shots until their shields pop. We're in the courtyard now, and you can see we land behind the Covenant forces there. I chuck a couple grenades, but as soon as they turn their attention to me, I get out of there pretty quickly. This is one section of the map where you're going to actually let Noble Team do most of the work for you. You get straight into this bunker here. You've got DMR ammo on the wall to your right. You've got a health pack in front of you there. You can see I'm just swapping up for the DMR. And you're just basically going to hide in here like a coward and let Noble Team finish up the Covenant in the courtyard. Don't relax when you're hiding in this room, though. There's a surprising amount of fire that can find its way through the door there. And stray grenades have almost taken me out more than once as I'm hiding back here. So definitely stay on your toes, keep moving, and if you see anything move into that doorway, just unload on it as quickly as possible. You see every now and then I feel brave and I poke my head around the corner. I'll take a couple shots, see if I can take out an enemy or two, but I always retreat back behind cover before they get the chance to open fire on me. There's a couple grunts I just managed to take out. You can see the Ultra Elite is moving closer to the doorway here, and that's getting me nervous. Notice I pick up the health pack on the floor. Now I've taken enough damage to need it, so I'm back up to full health. I managed to take out a couple more Jackals. I get a pretty close call here. One of the elites actually manages to make its way into the room here, and so I panic. It backs out, and I think I'm safe, but it actually comes back into the room. I've never seen this happen before. It actually gets locked in the room as the doors are closing. I'm in a room with no cover, so I'm pretty terrified, but you can see luckily Carter draws his attention long enough for me to just unload with my plasma pistol on him until his shields go down, and then you switch to the DMR and just take him out. Now this last section of the mission is where it gets really difficult. You're going to have to do a lot more of the work yourself here. It's just you and George, and up ahead of us we've got just a boatload of grunts and jackals, and also an elite zealot with a concussion rifle. You want to keep moving. You can see me, I'm flanking the enemy up to the left here, but then they outflank me, so I quickly move back behind cover. You've got DMR ammo on the wall next to the doorway where you entered the room. You're going to go through a lot of that. So just stay back, let George draw their fire. You can see I get an opportunity here. A Jackal turns its back to me, so I go in for the melee. That'll recharge my shields. You really don't want to take any risks on Mythic unless you absolutely have to, but when an opportunity like that presents itself, it's often worth leaving cover for. You can see that that elite at the back is just unleashing on us. You really don't want to risk moving forward at all. You can see even just grazing shots there. Almost, that one there just about took my head off. He will make very short work of you. Eventually, George pushes up enough that the Covenant back down into that hallway there. Now this hallway to the right is surprisingly tricky. There's way more enemies in there than you would expect, and you definitely do not want to get eager and rush in there. Continue to use the angles as they trickle out of this hallway and stay behind cover. You can see I rotate around to the other side here. There's some ammo and a grenade on the floor there that I actually make good use of this one and clear out a group of them. Once you move into this hallway, you have very little room to maneuver, and it's really easy to get trapped against a wall as you're trying to sidestep a grenade. So just be patient, take it slow, let George push forward. You can see now I'm ever so slightly hedging my way around the corner and picking them off the moment I see one. Let George push up ahead of you. He'll draw a ton of grenade fire, so don't move too close to him. I've been killed a couple of times by having George get stuck, and then he backs into me right as he's exploding. So keep your distance. And these grunts here are surprisingly dangerous. They will chuck a grenade the moment they see you, so that's why you want to take it so slow as you round this edge here. Also remember, on Mythic, a single headshot will not kill a grunt. You usually need to give them 1 or maybe 2 or 3 headshots just to pop their helmet. Once their helmet is gone, then they're open to a headshot. Do not underestimate them. I'm just going to speed it up a little more here. You can see there's just a ridiculous number of grunts around this corner, but once we finish them off, we're going into the final room. This last room has a few more grunts for us to fight, and 2 zealot elites. One of them wielding a sword, the other one a concussion rifle. The sword elite we're going to deal with first. The way you take care of him is you actually get him to chase you. Once he chases you, you run like a sissy and hide behind George, and let George sort of get into a melee battle with him. Once George has the sword zealot's attention, you can sneak up behind him and assassinate him. So there's the grunts that we're just polishing off now. There's a health pack there on the wall. Remember that, because you could very well need it. I'm going to move slowly down this hall here. You can use these pipes to get some elevation and see into the room. You can see there's one of the zealots at the control panel there. So I've got an opportunity here, so I start unloading with a plasma pistol on him. And the sword zealot hasn't come after me yet, so I'm going to keep going here. I actually, if I remember this, yeah, I pop his shields here. Yeah, there they go. I just blew his shields out, so now I switch to the DMR and see if I can take him out. He's behind a lot of cover, so I managed to hit him a couple of times in the leg and the shoulder, and not enough to take him out, but at least I've done some damage. But now he's definitely aware of me, and you can see he's returning fire, so I get the heck out of there. I'm going to go back up the hall now just to pick up a fresh plasma pistol. There's a fair amount of ammo out here. So now I'm going to see if I can actually get the sword zealot to chase me. This archway that I'm in here, you don't want to move any farther forward than I am there. If you do, then this doorway here shuts behind you, and you can't retreat back out into the hall anymore, and you get stuck fighting the sword zealot, and it never goes well. So definitely don't move any farther forward than this. Here I am dodging fire from the concussion elite, but I see the sword elite has moved out into the room, so I'm going to run back here and hide. You can see him there chucking grenades at George. He's definitely on his way up. So the plan is to wait here for him until he's got his back to me. But thanks to my horrible luck, he actually rolls behind George there, and now he's facing me. If I move down into the hall, the sword zealot will be looking right at me. So there's really absolutely nothing I can do to take him out here other than just wait. George has this hilarious face-to-face battle with him, and I help him out with a couple of grenades, but you really don't want to take any chances here. The moment you get that sword zealot's attention, he's just going to charge you. He can run faster than you can, and one hit will take you out, and that's not something I want to risk this close to the end. You can see George finally drops him there, so now we've just got the one concussion zealot to worry about. I'm going to move back up onto the pipe here. He's still hiding in the back of the room there, and I'm just going to start unloading with the plasma pistol again here. You can see I'm basically shooting him right in the leg, but I'm not going to pass up an opportunity when I can. There go his shields, and I just unleash into his kneecap, and eventually he goes down, and that's it. We're at the end. So thanks for watching. Hopefully that'll help you get through your Mythic Run of Winter Contingency. Don't forget to visit CruelLEGACEYProductions.com for more videos and screenshots and Halo Forge creations.